Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome and thank you so much for tuning in this week. We've been on a core beliefs train, which has been really cool, really looking at how our core beliefs affect our ability to manifest and what we truly desire deep down, as opposed to maybe what we believe we desire. So this has been really fun to watch you move through. If you're just joining today, today's teaching is really near and dear to my heart and what I'm moving through right now. And I think you're really gonna get a lot out of it. I want to invite you to join me in a deeper level of exploration for all things core beliefs, manifestation, wealth creation, new reality creation with my new free, absolutely free 5-day masterclass, Abracadabra. Abracadabra is a word that means I create as I speak. And it's really getting behind the energetics, the emotions, the beliefs, the thoughts, and the words behind manifestation. So if you're not already in Abracadabra, it's absolutely free. Podcast and YouTube listeners, I will put the link below the video. If you're already in the Quantum Creations Manifestation group, I'll put the link in the group and you guys can join and below the live video as well. So without further ado, today's teachings are about the ebbs and flows of life. So I want you to think about the heart rate, right? The ups and downs of the heart rate. It's something that we've all accepted. When we see the heart rate monitor, we know that there's life, there's pulsation, there's an in and out, an up and a down. And that's the beauty of life here on earth. In order to be fully alive, we get to experience a full range of emotions, a full range of experiences, a full range of what it means to be alive. It's so powerful. And I think a lot of times that we move through life, right? And we go through these ebbs and flows, but when it comes to the downs, we forget that we're still alive. And what I mean by that is every experience we have on earth is the only time we get to have that experience in this human body, in this lifetime. It's the only time we get to experience grief, the only time we get to experience lows, the only time to experience despair. And yes, all of the highs along with it. But what if we started looking even in our harder times at the way that life happens for us, the fact that grief shows us how deeply we loved and let go, the fact that pain shows us exactly how much joy and pleasure there is to be experienced. What if we found gratitude for both the highs and the lows, found gratitude for all of the different aspects of life, knowing that we get to experience this full range of emotions means that we're fully alive. I think that a lot of times we forget that without one, we wouldn't have the other, right? Without the darkness, we wouldn't have the light. And it goes so much beyond duality. It's literally the way of the universe, the way that we grasp for attention at others, the little minute details of life that we so often bypass or try to push away or try to get out of or try to numb out of. These are the things that show us we really are alive. So my question today and the topic for this episode is breathing through the ebbs and flows of life, and more importantly, finding energy and power from both the highs and the lows. So this past week, I've really been reflecting on what it means to be alive, what it really means to live in a full experience of life here on earth. And I noticed within myself that I feel my higher self's love. I feel universal love when things are going really good. I tune into my blessings. I tune into my worth. I tune into my work. I tune into all of that. I find the gratitude and appreciation, but in my lows in the past, I felt abandoned. I felt left behind. I felt like maybe I was being punished for something. And this last week, as I was starting to go into a low and I was already all worked up about eclipse season, I really wanted to be intentional with my time and energy and intention. And I was praying one day and I heard my higher self, my God, my source say, I love you still. I love you still in this moment. It's not about a lesson. It's not about a test. Sometimes the universe just grabs our attention to let us know we're alive. Think about the knock on a door. Knock, knock, knock. It's a pulsation. When you want to get somebody's attention, tap, tap, tap on the shoulder. It's a pulsation. If I just put my hand on someone's shoulder, they're going to know I'm there. But do they know I want their attention? No. The universe showed me the ways in which it grabs my attention through these lows, not to teach me a lesson, not to cause suffering, but to remind me that I'm fully alive, to remind me that even in the hardest moments, even in the deepest sorrows, I'm alive. Life is happening for me. Sometimes life is happening for me so that I can rest more deeply. Sometimes life is happening for me so that I can go more deeply into myself. Sometimes life is happening for me so that I can make that big move that I need to make that I wouldn't have made if there wasn't that pressure there. It's also revealing these core beliefs that I've held on to for so long. Maybe that pressure comes, and in the past that pressure would have meant grind, and now the pressure means you want more freedom. Find an easy way to create it. Cool. I saw a core belief where I used to think that pressure meant grind, meant wealth. Now I see that I observe from a state of neutrality, non-judgment, that core belief. And if you're not following me on core beliefs, the last 3 episodes really dove in there. So go back and watch them and then come back here. But even in these low moments, I felt these core beliefs. And I was able to sit with them and observe them. For those of you in the Quantum Wealth Creation Group, in this moment, go back and redo that 30-day manifestation accelerator. Remember to call your power back from these things so that you can move from this state of neutrality. And you can observe the ebbs and flows in life, not from judgment, not putting any attachment or weight from it, but by being able to say, yes. Yes, here now, I am fully alive. Yes, here now, whether it's in my sorrow, whether it's in my joy, I am a powerful creator. What can I do with this energy? And even deeper than that, and this is probably the most profound lesson I learned this week, is what if we became really, really fucking sincere with the way that we live life? And what I mean by that is, with every breath, with every walk, with every glance, with every interaction, what if you were in awe, in full love, in full sincerity, in full wonder of life? I realized, I grew up in a small town in Utah. I grew up with the foliage and the seasons and the mountains and the snow and the hot summers and the variety of beauty. And I still remember the first time that I went to Washington, where I lived the last decade. And I remember seeing, just like being totally in awe of all the green, of all the vastness, of all the expansion. And I fell in love with it. Coming back to Utah, I had to re-fall in love with the things that I had grown used to. I had to take a moment to look at the mountains and honor their beauty and wisdom, to tune into the seasons. Washington for me was very monotonous season-wise. It was very straight across. It was always around 60. It was always a little cloudy and a little sunny. There was always a little bit of rain and a little bit of warmth. And then here, being thrown into all of the vast seasons of life, I had to learn to fall in love again with the seasons, to fall in love with the snow, the cold. This morning, I just sat out side and I watched the steam on this lake rise, and I watched the birds move through it, and I watched them thrive in this really cold environment and adjust and adapt, and I fell in love with that again. Right. But the point is, whether you're in a low or in a high, it's can you be in awe and wonder of the things you've grown used to? When you look at your child's face this morning and it's the same face you've looked at for the last 5 or 7 or 18 or 30 years, can you see their beauty? Can you see their uniqueness? When you butter your slice of toast this morning, can you be in awe of what created that? Can you be in awe of the fact that you can go to the store and buy the bread and put the butter on it? Can you be in awe of the green grass or the way that the air turns to steam when you breathe on a cold winter day? Can you be in awe of the way that your body can move emotions through crying, through grief, through sorrow? Can you be in awe at the way that your entire brain lights up when you're in a rage of giggle fests and you can't think of anything but the present moment? Can you be in awe of the fact that when you stub your toe, your entire body reacts to it? I think sometimes that we lose sight of what's really in front of us, the beauty of everything we get to experience every day, because we're trying so hard to be somewhere other than where we are. But where you are here and now, where you are in this present moment, is everything. It's power and it's beauty and it's grace and it's God, and it's full of you. Last week's episode, I talked about how everything you see in front of you is a projection of your core beliefs. How fucking amazing are you? How amazing are you that you created for yourself such an array of emotions, that you created such vibrancy of colors, such beautiful tasting food, that you can take that in through all of your extrasensory perceptions and create that much beauty, that much wonder, that much sorrow. Can you be in awe of yourself today? In awe of the creation that is us all, the existence that is us all, and whether it's blissfully good or painfully hard? Can you be in awe of that too? Can you be with and cherish each and every moment, each and every emotion, each and every experience, knowing that it's for your greater good, and that you always have a choice, and that you always have an ability to move in a new direction? But without being in the present moment, you don't know where you're going, because you don't know where you're starting. We can have aspirations, we can learn from the past, but we can't let those two things trap us, because that's really all that causes the ebbs and flows of life. When you're really happy, you're celebrating something. When you're really sad, you're grieving or angry or sad about something that happened, probably that's not happening now. And we use these two things, the past and the present and the future, we get them all kerbobbled, and we let our energy swirl through them. And what it does is it muddles the beauty of the present moment. We take the decisions from the past and we bring them into the present. And sometimes that's not always what's in alignment for the new us here and now. And we take these aspirations for the future that were built on something from the past, and we put all of our worth into these aspirations. And without achieving these, we don't feel the magic and the beauty in the present moment. I know so many clients of mine, they sit in the loss of the things that they didn't achieve, or they sit in the anxiety of what if they don't achieve, or they sit in the fear of the things they experienced in the past and they don't want to experience again. And the only thing I can do with them is have them breathe and say, I am safe and I am here now. And what I desire in this moment now is blank, and follow that. And then follow the next one. What I desire now is blank, and be with that. And let whatever's happening in this moment now be enough and be okay. so that you can experience the fullness of life. And when you feel low, let that be a reminder of the universe getting your attention. And when you're feeling high, let that be a reminder of the universe getting your attention. But be alive fully in this moment, in whatever you're doing and whatever you are. That is the part of human existence that I think so many of us deny. The here and the now, the power of the present, and the acknowledging from a state of neutrality the highs and the lows of life are beautiful gifts for us. And that as we move through them rather than resist them, we can literally create and change worlds. I hope this resonated with you. It's been on my mind for a while. And man, this week, being able to find beauty in the littlest things, whether happy or sad or scary and anxiety, and being able to be in awe and wonder of the emotions has changed everything for me. And it's allowed me to see my own personal strength and my own personal power. And you all have the ability to do this. You all have the ability to move through hard things with ease and grace. And I'm here for it. However, I can help you. Like I said at the beginning, my 5-day free masterclass, Abracadabra, is really going to help you find the beauty and magic in life again as you create a reality more in alignment with who you desire to be. So join me with the link below if you feel called. And if not, I'm going to keep on this series and see what comes up to help us move through these ebbs and flows together. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. Let me know if this resonated with you. And as always, breathe deep and plan on miracles.